We're getting right into breaking news out of Virginia Beach here at 6:30, where the verdict is in for a man on trial for murder. Jaquan Wilson is representing himself. He's accused in the 2016 death of Grassfield High School student Bryant Cueto. 10 on your side's Chris Horn brings us the latest from court. Chris?
Yeah, Amy, we just got the verdicts in the last 30 minutes. Guilty on all 3 counts: murder, armed robbery, as well as a gun charge in the death of Bryant Cueto. He was 18 at the time. We're talking about a case that goes back to May of 2017. So this is a 6-year-old case. The jury deliberated about 2 hours, 10 women and 2 men. They heard testimony and evidence for about 2 days. This was a case where Jaquan Wilson represented himself. He chose not to testify at the end. The only thing they really heard from Jaquan Wilson in this case was his interrogation. It was an hour and 20-minute video that was played this morning as one of the prosecution's exhibits. And then he made a closing argument. He spoke to the jurors for about 30 minutes, extemporaneously, no notes or anything, but they were not convinced. In 2 hours, they came back with guilty verdicts. This was a drug deal gone bad. They had arranged, and there was text evidence to support this, that the defendant and the victim had arranged by text for the victim to sell Wilson Xanax pills. And this drug deal was supposed to go down at a restaurant. It was then an Applebee's. I believe now it's a Mexican restaurant in General Booth Boulevard here in Virginia Beach. This was in May of 2017. However, when they pulled into the parking lot of the Applebee's, the defendant, Jaquan Wilson, and an accomplice came over to their car. Wilson got in the back seat of the white car that they were in, and he shot him. He had a .38 revolver. It was a .38 special, pulled the gun out, and so there was no money involved here, even though the arrangement was for a $350 drug deal. Police said that Jaquan Wilson had no money with him. All he had was a gun. So as far as they were concerned, he never intended to buy these Xanax pills. That's the verdict today: guilty of armed robbery, murder, and a gun charge in the death of Bryant Cueto 7 years ago in May. And the sentencing for Jaquan Wilson will be in June, on June 21st. He faces in the 3 charges anywhere from 43 years to life in prison. We spoke with his mother just a few moments ago, and we'll have more on that on this evening's newscast as well as tomorrow. We're live in Virginia Beach. Chris Horn, 10 on your side.